Alright, so this is MRA round 5 in Pueblo. This is the first race of Saturday, first race of the weekend. This is middleweight super sport. I got a really bad start. I couldn't really see the lights, which is my fault. I should have known what I was looking for, but I got swallowed up at the start, so I'm in 6th right now going into the first corner behind Jeremiah, Sal there on the right, Salvador, Mike, Ken, Ben, all those guys. So here's a few laps later, things kind of shook out a little bit. Some guys got by Mike, so then I passed him. So now you can see Jeremiah going for a pass up in the distance. So that is Ben right in front of me. Here's a couple laps later, I caught up to him. I stuck on his tail for a few laps, but couldn't get by him until right now. Kind of made a more aggressive pass than I'm used to, but I just was itching to get by him. So I am in 4th right now after this pass is completed. And then here's a little bit of what it looks like looking back at me on the bike. So currently in 4th, trying to catch up to the guys in the front. You can kind of see them up in the distance, but they're quite a ways away. Here you can see Salvador goes down. There was an incident where he went for a pass and didn't pan out well, and so he went down. He was fine. The bike only had minor damage, so that put me up into 3rd. Here's the last lap, the last corner of the race. Nothing else really exciting happened that race, so ended up 3rd in that middleweight super sport. So then next up is the middleweight 2X, which is the race that's twice as long as normal. So it was going to be 14 laps here. And so got a decent start. I was starting from the middle row in 2nd place. Got a decent start and got the lead into turn 1, but I started making a bunch of mistakes, and so you'll see very shortly at the end of the first lap, Jeremiah gets by me right here. Gets by me on the right. Good move on his end, and then I stuck with him for a couple laps. Could kind of see him pulling away, but then at the end of the day, I couldn't keep up with him. Tyrell was closing in on me from behind, and Jeremiah was going away in front, and so nothing really exciting happened the rest of the race. And so here is the last corner again. So got 2nd in this one behind Jeremiah in front of Tyrell. So then next up, this is first thing Sunday morning. This next race is Amateur GTU, starting on pole, and I got a good start here. So led into turn 1, you can see Jesse there in 2nd. You can hear the bike slipping on the drag strip surface. It's incredibly slippery, so that's why you can see me everyone taking weird lines into the last corner. And so led into turn 1, led the whole race, got the class lap record. So if you want to watch the full race, you can. Here's the last lap of the race coming up on a lapper. The race ended under a red flag because 2 riders came together and went off track. They were okay, but you can see right there's the red flag, and so ended a couple laps early, but won the race, got the class lap record, so I was super happy with that. Next up is middleweight superbike, starting in 4th place. Got a pretty good start for me. So here we go, currently in 4th still. There's Ken on his Kawasaki, Jeremiah on the Gixxer to the left, and then Salvador on his R6 straight in front. So there we go into turn 1. Trying to stick with these guys, so I'm trying to carry as much speed as I possibly can here. Right on the back of Jeremiah. But then over time, they just kind of pull away from me. They're just faster than I am able to go, and so couldn't keep up too well. So this is later that lap, coming up onto the front straightaway. Jared gets a really good drive, so he pulls up alongside, looks at me, goes by, and so that puts me down into 5th place right now. And then the rest of the race, if you want to watch the full thing, you can. It's on the YouTube channel. But couldn't get back by him, even though I think I could have gone quicker, but I was just too timid to try to get by him. There I checked up, he checked up, and so did I. and I should have just tried to go by him, but I was focusing on not hitting him, and so Dennis got by us, and so followed him for a couple corners, and then I was able to get back by Dennis before we crossed the finish line, which is good. This wasn't the last lap, but it ended up getting red flagged on this next lap, and so if Dennis would have been ahead at the finish line on this lap, he would have gotten the position. So here I'm still in 5th, following Jared, and you can see a puff of dust. That was Ken and Jeremiah came together and went down. And last I heard, they were in good shape overall. Not to get into details, but they were in good shape overall. But race got red flagged. It was a pretty violent crash. They both went down. So ended up 3rd after those 2 riders went down in that race. So this is Amateur GTO, the last race of the weekend, and this is on Sunday. So these are 1000cc bikes. I missed a shift there at the launch, and so Gage is in 1st, Justin 2nd, me 3rd right now. Those 2 guys kind of got away because that was a terrible launch. I launched it okay, but I just, for some reason, couldn't grab 2nd gear when I was hitting it. The quick shifter wasn't working, so carried as much speed through turn 1 as I could, got back by Justin, but Gage already has quite a, at least a 1 corner lead over me at this point. So I'm just trying to get through there as fast as I can. This is that next lap coming onto the straightaway. Justin on his BMW gets a great drive and just has more power than my little R6, and so he gets by me, and I try my best to catch up to him. So this is a few laps later, so I've been in 3rd for a few laps, and then Justin here misses a shift. It goes into neutral, and so I threw it up underneath him, got by him, and then I was in 2nd the rest of the race. Justin couldn't quite get by me cleanly. He was right on my tail the whole rest of the race, but couldn't quite get by me. So Gage won, I got 2nd, and Justin 3rd behind me. So that is the end of the weekend for me. So I ended up with a 1st place, 2 seconds, and 2 thirds. So once they update the points in the championship, I'll let you guys know where I'm standing. But I'm leading 1, and I think I am top 3 in the others, in the other 4 that I compete in. So doing pretty well. It's been a good season for me thus far. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one.